Welcome to NFL Nexus, where we're breaking down all the biggest stories in the league. And today, man, have we got a story for you. We're going to unpack one of the most, truly unexpected comeback arcs of this entire NFL season, the redemption of Sam Darnold. We're talking about a journey from being labeled a draft bust to standing right on the brink of the Super Bowl. It's wild. Before we get into it, though, if you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and hey, drop a comment below. We really want to know what you think.
All right, let's just dive right in, because this whole thing, it feels like it was written for a movie, you know? We're talking about the incredible comeback of Sam Darnold, and I want you to really think about this for a second. This is a quarterback who, not that long ago, was a consensus bust. Done. Finished. He wasn't just having a bad season. He was the cautionary tale, the high draft pick, the supposed franchise savior for the Jets, who just completely flamed out. His destiny? Career backup, if he was lucky. But now he is one single victory away from leading the Seattle Seahawks to the Super Bowl. I mean, come on. This whole narrative, it goes so far beyond the stats. It's about resilience, it's about redemption, and just that relentless drive to be great when absolutely everyone has counted you out.
So that brings us right here to this weekend. The stage is set, the NFC Championship game. And make no mistake, this is without a doubt the single biggest game of Sam Darnold's entire career. The lights are going to be brighter than anything he's ever seen as a starter. The pressure is going to be absolutely massive. And the stakes? Well, they literally could not be higher. And this isn't just about him, right? This is about a whole city. The hopes and dreams of Seattle are riding on his shoulders. That city is just desperate for a taste of that football glory again. And he, Sam Darnold, is the unlikely hero they are all counting on.
So here it is. This Sunday, the Seattle Seahawks versus their arch rival, the Los Angeles Rams, with the NFC crown on the line. And what's so wild about this is, this isn't technically Darnold's first time on this kind of stage. He's actually been to a Super Bowl before, right? Just a couple of years back with the Niners. But he was just a spectator. He was on the sidelines holding a clipboard, watching Brock Purdy lead the charge. He was a passenger on that ride. This time? Oh, it is a completely different story. This time, he's the pilot. He's in the cockpit. He is the undisputed leader, the guy with the ball in his hands on every single play, making all the calls that will decide if they win or lose.
And if that wasn't enough drama for you, this whole matchup is just dripping with personal history. It makes it so much more interesting. See, this isn't just any NFC Championship game. For Sam Darnold, this is personal. This is his shot at redemption. It's a chance to stare down the very same team that ended his season just 1 year ago. Yeah, when he was with the Vikings, it was these same LA Rams that bounced him from the playoffs. You know that loss has got to be sitting in the back of his mind. And now he gets a shot at revenge, but this time the stage is even bigger. You can't write a better script than this.
Okay, to really get how incredible this all is, we've got to go back a bit. We have to rewind the tape because this comeback story, it didn't just happen overnight. His career path has been, well, kind of weirdly connected to another huge Seahawks star, Leonard Williams. Their whole history together, it's created this really unique bond. It's a journey that started way back and somehow, against all the odds, has brought them back together in Seattle.
I mean, you have to remember the hype around this guy. You really do. Sam Darnold came into the league with the weight of an entire franchise, maybe an entire city, on his shoulders. Coming out of USC, he was the guy, the golden boy, the can't-miss prospect, the number 3 overall pick. The Jets have been wandering in the quarterback desert for what feels like forever, and Darnold was supposed to be the answer, the savior, the whole shebang. The pressure on him from day one was just off the charts, and well, as we all know, that's not exactly how things went.
So yeah, their paths have just been woven together for years. It's pretty wild. They started out as teammates back at USC, these two absolute studs on opposite sides of the ball. Then, boom, they get reunited as young guys on the Jets, both trying to live up to that first-round hype. But then, their paths split. Williams gets traded to the Giants right across the hall, while Darnold's journey just becomes this winding road, A stop in Carolina, then Minnesota. And now, here we are, the most unlikely reunion you could imagine. They're together again in Seattle, but this time is different. They're not rookies trying to figure it out. They're the veteran leaders, the guys everyone else looks to.
And Leonard Williams himself gave a really honest take on their time back in New York. He said when he first got to the Jets, I was still young as well, so it was harder for me to pay attention to what other guys were doing. And that's a really powerful thing to admit, right? This wasn't some wise old vet taking a rookie under his wing. No way. They were just two kids in the biggest media market in the country trying desperately to keep their own heads above water. They were just focused on their own jobs, on their own survival, in a league that'll chew you up and spit you out before you even know what happened.
And that context, that's everything. Because the Sam Darnold that Leonard Williams sees walking the halls in Seattle today, he's a completely different guy, a different player, a different person. He's not that same kid from New York. The whole journey, the failures with the Jets, the struggles in Carolina, the, humbling experience of holding a clipboard again, all of it forged him into something new, something better.
I mean, who better to talk about this transformation than Leonard Williams, right? He's the one guy who's seen it all, every single stage of Darnold's career. So when he talks, you listen. And here's what he said. As soon as I saw him in the building here, I saw a dedicated guy. He's dedicated to his craft, and he's just a special leader on this team. Look, that's not just a teammate giving you some canned generic quote for the media. That is a powerful, powerful endorsement from the one person who saw the before and is now blown away by the after. It's pretty much the most credible stamp of approval you could possibly get.
And this transformation, this new level of dedication and leadership, that is exactly what the Seahawks bet on. $100 million. Let that sink in. When they gave him that 3-year, $100 million deal in the offseason, man, did eyebrows go up around the league. People were skeptical, to say the least. Pundits, fans, they were calling it one of the riskiest gambles of the entire year. I mean, why would you pay that much for a guy with his track record? But clearly, the Seahawks front office saw something everyone else was missing. They weren't signing the ghost of Sam Darnold, the Jets quarterback. They were investing in this new guy, the evolved, mature leader.
And it's not just the guys on defense who are noticing. You're hearing it from the offensive side of the ball, too. Star receiver Cooper Kupp, he kind of nails it. He explains that the old Sam Darnold might have just, run the play that was called. But this new version, he's a collaborator. Kupp says, it's not just I'm going to do it, it's how can we make this better? So he's describing a quarterback who's in the coach's ears, who's questioning things, asking why, not to be a pain, but because he wants to make the whole offense better. That's what you call real ownership. That's the difference between just being a player and being a true field general.
So this is the guy we're talking about now. This is the new Sam Darnold, the quarterback who is making every single one of his doubters eat their words. He's not just that raw, talented kid from USC anymore. He's a polished pro. He's dedicated, he's a leader that guys actually want to follow, and he's got that calm, cool demeanor under pressure. And maybe most important of all, he's collaborative. He's working with the coaches to find the best way to win. That's a game changer. But look, real leadership, it's not just about what you say in a meeting room or what you do on the practice field, right? It's forged in the fire. It's about what you do when things get tough. And in the divisional round against a really good San Francisco 49ers team, Sam Darnold faced a huge, huge test. A test of his toughness, both physical and mental.
The final score was 41-6. The Seahawks just completely dismantled the Niners. It was a total blowout. But here's what makes that win so much crazier. Behind the scenes, their quarterback was playing through a really painful oblique injury. And if you don't know, for a quarterback, that kind of injury is just brutal. It messes with every single throw. You need your core to rotate to get any power or accuracy on the ball. So just playing through that is impressive, but to go out there and lead your team to a 35-point win, that's on another level entirely.
So that obviously raises a huge question, right? How in the world did an injured Sam Darnold not only manage to play, but play well enough to orchestrate a 35-point beatdown in the playoffs? And just as important, how did the Seahawks coaches and their medical staff manage this whole situation so perfectly? How did they protect their guy?
Well, according to an NFL exec who spilled the beans to The Athletic, the team basically put on a clinic in injury management. It was this meticulous, 3-part plan. First, they delayed his on-field warm-ups until only 45 minutes before the game, just to minimize any extra strain. Step 2 was the medical team. They gave him a perfectly timed Toradol shot, that's a painkiller, about an hour before kickoff, so it would be working its best when the game was on the line. And finally, the coaches stepped up. They completely changed the game plan, going with a super run-heavy attack designed to take the pressure off their injured QB.
And that plan? Man, did it work. It was executed perfectly. Just look at the numbers. They tell you everything you need to know. Their running back, Ken Walker, he went off. Had a monster game, almost 150 total yards. They just kept feeding him, moving the chains. The team scored 3 touchdowns on the ground. They basically just controlled the entire game. And what did that mean for Darnold? It meant he didn't have to be a hero. He didn't have to win it with his arm. He just had to manage the game. He only threw the ball 17 times. It was just a brilliant piece of coaching and a testament to the whole team's execution.
All right. So his leadership is established. His toughness? Yeah, I think that's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. But now, Sam Darnold faces one last hurdle, one final massive obstacle standing between him and the Super Bowl.
And that obstacle is the Los Angeles Rams, a team that has been his personal kryptonite all season long. And that is not an exaggeration. His 2 worst games of the year, by far, have been against these guys. But you know what? The past is the past. This game, this is his chance to completely rewrite that script, to flip the whole narrative on its head.
And when you look at the data, it's brutal. It really is. Sam Darnold has thrown 14 picks all year. Okay, but get this. 6 of those 14 interceptions, that's almost half, have come in just 2 games against the Rams. For whatever reason, that defense has just had his number. He's got to figure it out. If they're going to win this game, he absolutely has to solve that puzzle.
And you know, the stakes here, they're so much bigger than just Sam Darnold's personal story. A win on Sunday sends the Seattle Seahawks back to the Super Bowl for the first time in over a decade, 11 years. That's a return to the promised land for a fan base that still talks about the glory days of the Legion of Boom. This is huge for them.
So this is it. This is what it all comes down to. His entire journey, his team, his city, his own legacy. It's all on the line in this one game. The big question is, can this new, evolved, tougher Sam Darnold finally overcome his personal nemesis and complete what might be one of the greatest comeback stories this league has ever seen?
So what do you think is going to happen? I really want to know. Is Darnold finally going to slay the dragon? Or are the Rams just a matchup he can't solve? Drop your prediction in the comments below. Let's talk about it. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to support us here at NFL Nexus, a really great way to do that is to help share the love of the game with the next generation. We made these awesome NFL coloring books. They're perfect for your kids, your grandkids, or hey, even for you. You can grab one through the link in the description or just scan the QR code on your screen. Thanks so much for watching.